Hi, holistic yogis. Welcome to this 15 minutes of yin, relaxing yin yoga class. So, a couple notes here. One, I'm working without a microphone right now because I had some technical difficulties, but for a yin yoga class, there's not a lot of talking. Two, these are my yoga buddies in the window. Hi, yoga buddies. Three, I recommend having 2 blocks for this practice. Maybe a bolster or a blanket or anything else that you need to support you as well, but definitely 2 blocks for the yin practice. And finally, I will be checking a little clock over here, timing things for us. So just a little bit of information about yin as we go into this. Unlike restorative yoga, where we build the ground up to the body to completely be able to support and surrender, in yin, we prop the body or position the body so that we meet an edge, and then we hold that edge long enough for the tendons, the fascia in the body to release. And so there is a mild amount of discomfort associated with doing yin, just in the sense that you're meeting your edge and holding that for a period of time. If at any point you become so uncomfortable that you are in the realm of like actual pain or something like that, then obviously back out of the pose until you're at your edge, which is a position that you can hold while still breathing for 3 to 5 minutes. So it's always fine to like move and reposition if you need to be able to hold that. So without further ado, then let's start. So just to start with, find a comfortable seat. It does not matter at all how you sit as long as you're comfortable. Lengthen up through the spine. And we'll just take a few centering breaths and kind of go ahead and have a moment of prayer to start the practice. All right, so here we are, breathing in and out. You do not need to force the breath, just allow the breath to happen naturally and note what it's doing. And then as you're doing that, I'm just gonna ask God to honor this practice. I pray that He is honored by this practice, and I dedicate this practice to Him. And I pray that it will be beneficial to our mind and our body and our spirits. Amen. And so just take a moment here to ground and breathe. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. For this practice, I would really like to introduce sort of the mantra or the prayer that I am at peace. Ultimately, our peace comes from God. And so during this practice, I would like for us to return with our breath, especially in a moment of discomfort, to breathe into that mild discomfort, to breathe into that edge, and to remind ourselves that God is our peace, and that even in a moment of difficulty or discomfort, that we can rely on Him to give us peace, that He is our peace, and in His presence we have peace. And so I invite His presence into this practice, and I invite us to return to that statement, I am at peace because God gives me peace. And so from here, the first posture that I want to do is the supine twist. And so, wow, that is a really big lizard that went running across there. You guys don't know this, I live in Florida and there are a lot of lizards. I'm in his territory. All right, and so for supine twist, you're gonna come long ways on your mat here, and go ahead and lie back. The hair is in the way. Great. And go ahead and put your knees up almost like you're sitting on a chair. And then we're going to let them fall to the side. Now, if this is not comfortable, you can block this. So, a couple options here to make this sustainable to hold for 3 minutes or so. You can put a block underneath your knee like that, or you can put a block in between your knees if that's more comfortable, or you can go without a block. And so we are going to stay in this posture for 3 minutes on each side. As you're doing this, breathe into the side that's stretching here and down the hip. And remember to be at peace. All right, breathing in peace, gently lie back on your back, and if you want to give yourself a knee hug or roll around a little bit, and that's fine. Then putting your knees back up like you're sitting in a chair, allow them to fall over to the other side. Again, use the block if it's more comfortable that way. This arm and your head can go however it feels comfortable. You may notice that one side is different than the other. This side for me is a little bit tighter as I do this twist. So remember to breathe into that stretching and that opening in the side there, and be at peace. We'll hold this for another 3 minutes on this side. All right, one final breath here in supine twist. And then coming back around here. The next posture that I want to do is a supported bridge. And so this is where the blocks definitely come in handy. You want to push this up to your edge here, and so we're going to use the block to support the sacrum. So bring your feet in alignment, your heels in alignment under your knees. And then there are different height settings on this block. You're going to pick the one that feels the best to you, that feels like you're meeting your edge without going beyond it. And so I'm going to pick the middle setting, but you could put it on low, medium, or even a high setting if you wanted to push that far. I'm going to take the middle one, and you put it right under your sacrum so that there's that support there. Be careful not to let your knees splay out. You want to hold them where they're straight, and even push into your heels a little bit. And we are going to stay here for 5 minutes, maybe 6. And so as you're here in the supported bridge, remember, you are at peace. Be at peace. 2 more minutes. As you're lying here, your mind may be wandering. That's okay. Try to draw your thoughts back to the breath. In moments like this, I often direct my internal monologue into a prayer. All right, push into your heels and remove the block. Go ahead and curl your knees up and then come up to the seated position. All right, the last set of poses we're gonna do are called shoelace. Outside of yin, that is known as cow face pose. Why it's called cow face pose? I have no idea. So for cow face pose, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the right leg on the bottom and try to stack the left knee on top. So this is what cow face pose looks like. If you have any kind of mobility issues in the hip or the knee, this may not be the best pose. And so you may need to take this out more like a figure four. My point is the knees can be like this or even further out to if you need that space. So bringing the knees together like that, and then the block comes in handy here, so that as you fold forward, you have a place to rest your head. Then you can just relax down into that pose and allow gravity to basically stretch into the hip of the leg that's on top. And so we're gonna hold this for 3 minutes. And remember, breathe into what is uncomfortable and be at peace. All right, take a final breath here. Lift up, and then I'll scoot these out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Just kind of put your hands back and rock back to switch the cross of your legs. Again, your knees do not have to be stacked like this. They can come apart a little and you'll get the same stretch in the hip. And then we will repeat and do 4 minutes on this side. One more minute. All right, lift up. You can set the blocks over to the side and your clock and your hair tie. Go ahead and rock back to just come into a comfortable seat. And you will just finish up here in this comfortable seat. Just go ahead and take a nice big inhale. Coming down through heart center. I pray that you're relaxed and happy. This is a beautiful time of day on my back porch. We've just done sunset yin, and see my yoga buddy has left. And so my prayer for you is that you feel relaxed and at peace. If you have found this helpful or useful or know somebody that it would benefit, please like, share, subscribe. And on that happy note, blessings. Thank you for joining me. And now that we're done, just to throw this onto the end, somewhere in there, I heard a very loud belch in there. And that is because Mr. Norman is a gold medal belching artist. So if you heard that, that's what that was. Alright, until next time, I will meet you here.